I love writing. Writing for me is like, I don't know. I don't know. It's like eating ice cream or something. You know, really love it. But it's so impractical that everyone was like, you have to be a lawyer. You're smart. You should be a doctor. You know. And so I kept thinking I would go to law school, but I couldn't bear the thought ultimately. And so I just was like, oh, I have to give in to like, this is what I really want to do. One of the things I write a lot about in the book is that there are multiple truths in the world, and that there isn't one truth, and nobody represents one truth. Nobody is ever one thing. And it's easy to turn people into one thing. And my work as a writer is always more about questions and trying to reveal the multiplicity of answers and possibilities. One time a person said to me that one of the things you have to remember is that 90 to 95% of the time, people are thinking about themselves and not you. And I don't know why, but it seemed like the most freeing thing in the world, because I always felt like, you know, people would be looking, I always felt like people would be judging me. I was insecure, like they, you know, and then even when they are judging you, you start to learn that they're still thinking about themselves because their judgment of you is about them, you know? And so I think when I realized that people really weren't thinking about me, it really freed me to be able to just do what I wanted to do more versus what I thought people were seeing. And because, you know, people spend a lot of time figuring out their own path, and a lot of times we're thinking about ourselves and what we're doing. And so, and it also pushed me to make sure I was not doing it 95% of the time. So, so I tried to think about other people more. As a trans guy, like I'm political just because I get up in the morning, because some people don't think I should get up in the morning. I'm a white person, so and I pass as a man, and I'm not, you know, regularly harassed. But when when I write things, people write really hateful things to me. Like I commented on something and somebody wrote, why would anyone think anyone would care about what why would anybody wake up in the morning and think a whit about what a trans person cares about? Like, and you're like, oh my God, like, you know, like, you're like, oh, I'm not even a human being to so many people in the world. So I think just like, you know, I don't have any choice but to be in that. And so my work in being political as a human being is to figure out like how I make space for others to be seen and felt. I really do love teaching. And my big passion in teaching is to work with every student that I come across and ask them what it would feel like for them over the course of a semester to feel seen. And I spend my entire semester trying to create conditions where every single student feels seen, because I know what erasure looks like and feels like. And I think erasure is the most excruciating thing. Social engagement is a really interesting question. I mean, really interesting question now, right? Because like the question of like, what should I be doing? How should I be responding to, you know, pandemic and, you know, the protesting, and what is my role? What does engagement look like? For me, socially engaged is, at first, it's about really having experiences in the world that are experiences of curiosity, you know, and so it's reading, it's going to museums, it's going to plays, it's like walking places and seeing how people live. And I think also socially engaged is finding a way to contribute to the things you care about and figuring out what you do best, you know. And so for me, like I'm not really great at like running a meeting of 55 people. Like that's not my thing, you know, but I'm really good at writing a mission, like a manifesto, you know, or I'm really good at taking people's passion and putting it into language. So I try to I try to contribute the things that I'm good at. And that's how I stay engaged.